Howdy folks, Sapper here, aka Sean, and we're bringing you Labyrinth, the Forever War, turn number 17. So last turn went by pretty quick. That's probably the shortest turn I've ever had. I think it was like 19 minutes or whatever on video. And honestly, the decisions were pretty easy to make. There wasn't a whole lot of flowchart consulting because the funding track is so low. There's no cells to play, so just about everything resulted in a plot. So, and then I have so many countries at good. There's very few countries with cells in it, so it was definitely a little bit easier to do that turn. But the jihadis, I think they're ramping up to try to do something big. So let's see. Let's see what they do. Let's see what kind of nastiness they have in store. Somalia or Iran flipped over to Islamist rule. So we've got Afghanistan and Iran. Actually, you know what? So that Islamists have 3 resources now. Somalia is getting close. The good news is I have the troops on the funding track to where, or the troops on the troop track to where I can invade one of these countries. So if things get bad enough, I'll kind of hold off and let things develop a little bit, but I've got the troops to where I can deploy and flip that Islamist rule back over to poor and put that besieged regime into place. It looks like this is going to be a plot. So we will go ahead and... yeah, things are also not looking good in Saudi Arabia either with these reaction tokens. Reaction tokens are... that's worrying me. Saudi Arabia concerns me more than definitely Somalia or even Iran. But where we're going to put this plot looks like, let's go ahead and put it in Somalia. We will not put it in Somalia. How about that? Take that, jihadis. Iranian withdrawal. Nuclear deal collapse. Play if U.S. hard and Iran has an unavailable. That cannot happen. Because the WMD has already been pulled out of Iran and put into the cup. I think it's going to be plots yet again. Because we can't do a major jihad. Funding is tight. There are no cells available, so that's going to be a 2 plot. So let's try Somalia again. No and no. Again, take that, jihadis. My militia are putting in work, making sure that plots don't happen. That's what militia are supposed to do. Finally. All right. U.S. turn. Where was this one? That one I don't like. This one I think I can play. Play if the following countries are tested and not ally. And not in civil war. Nobody's in civil war. So Iran, not an ally. Syria is an ally. So that breaks this card. They would have gotten +3 funding. I'm so glad that that didn't happen. So I think I'm safe to hold on to that for now. I'll use that to get rid of a plot. This one I don't like. I'll probably end up throwing that one away. I don't need to get... well, yeah, I don't even know if that can... I can do the cells, 1 cell and then 2 plots. If Lebanon not ally and Iran adversary. Iran is an adversary. Lebanon is not an ally. So place one of the following in or within 2 spaces. A reaction marker, besieged regime, or a cell. Within 2 spaces of Lebanon. What do we got? Let me see. 2 spaces. So Schengen. So that is 1, 2, 1, 2. So basically that. Egypt. Syria, reaction marker, besiege regime, or a cell. I can do a cell, but I don't know if a cell is really going to do me a whole lot. Let's look at our, here we go. That's card 287. Can you see? You can't see that. There we go. Play if would add Islamic regime reserves and not add good reserves, else unplayable. No, wait, oh, wrong card. Place reaction if possible, else besiege regime. Okay, so we're going to do the reaction marker. Lebanon. So, 1, 2. 1, 2. It's not going to do any good there. It's not going to do... Yeah, see, I got everything. I got stuff shored up here pretty good. Let's do it in Syria. I'm not going to consult the chart for that because it probably would tell me to not put it there, but all right, we'll do it there. So that's that. I played that. I'm basically going to get the reserves off of it. Or actually, let me see. I might be able to do a disrupt in Egypt. Hold on. Let me look at that because I think as long as it's good, I don't need troops there because he's a good ally. I might be able to just disrupt that guy. Hold on. All right. So disrupt. Remove cells. Non-Muslim country, ally, which Egypt is an ally, or country with at least 2 troops. So I could... I think, or I could even do that. No, actually, I can do that in Somalia. No, I need a 3-op, I believe, to do that. Yeah, I need a 3-op in Somalia. But let me go ahead and... Do I really need to get rid of a guy, though? I mean, the funding track will probably just put them... Probably just put them back on there. What card is that? Oh, okay. Didn't we? Yeah, we just did that. That card's in the garbage. What's this one? Ooh, if I did that, well, that's thinking as the jihadi. If the jihadi was doing it, then I would have put them both in Jordan. Both the reaction markers. I'm still going to play this. We will put it in... let's put that in Lebanon. I'll give myself 1 more reserve. I'm just planning for plots, basically, is what I'm doing. All right, let's see what they do. Let's see what the response is. Ooh, false flag attacks. Unknown assailants. Place a non-WMD plot in any country or remove a posture marker from a tested non-Muslim country. That is 298. Place plot if available, else remove marker if same as US. Okay, we're going to place a plot. Place a non-WMD plot. All right, let's look in here. There's only one WMD in here, so I'm going to remove that before I actually draw. Since we're working hard in Syria, let's try to put that plot there. We got the reaction marker there. And that failed. Oh, let me hold on. Let me do another one because that's a 2. That's a 2-op card, so I'd try to place 2 plots. So that one fails as well. So nothing happened. I'll put the WMD back in the cup. Get rid of that nonsense. Haha, didn't work. That will be... Oh, that's funny. Fully resource coin, national resolve to get the job done. And you got the coin game. I like that. That's interesting. So that'll be 3 plots. Funding tight. Funding is tight. Cells available, yes. So we'll recruit 1, and then we'll do plots with the other 2, because there's 1 cell available. Where are we going to recruit? Not Islamist rule. Oh, derp. Not in Iran or Afghanistan. Like what? Where's that going to go? Pakistan besieged regime. Syria. Unless no arsenal. There is no arsenal. Iran. Unless no arsenal. Yeah, I'm not going to put you there either. Iran, Syria. U.S. All right, let's that seems kind of a strange flowchart decision, but we'll try to put you in the U.S. Need to roll a 1. All right, didn't happen. Do we have any places with auto recruit? I don't think so. Doesn't look like it. So that's not going to happen. We'll do 2 plots. Somalia yet again. One of them is successful. All right, I think... Yeah, that was the last one. All right, so now, my turn. Got 2 ops up there. If Iran is neither Islam, I can do that right there. Because Iran is now an Islamist rule country. Although, if I invaded Iran, I could then play that. All right, this isn't going to do anything for me because the world posture is the same. But I do not get to remove... The WMD is gone already, so I will play this and use an op from the reserves to alert on this plot, and that is that. All right. All right. I can't... My prestige is too low. I cannot win a war of ideas here. I cannot win a war of ideas here. I can do that. Let's do that. Let's do the Moab. The mother of all bombs is getting dropped in Somalia. Remove the cell. Get a prestige. And that is it for my turn. Killed some jihadis. That's always a good thing. All right, we will recruit the same cell that we just destroyed. See, they're like roaches, man, or whack-a-mole. I mean, the recruit says try to recruit somebody in the U.S. I don't know. I mean, that's poor than fair than good. I mean, I think I would have a better chance. But let me go by the flow chart. I got to recruit in the U.S. Need a 1. Nope, didn't happen. Card number 2. That's going to do the same thing. That's 3. I can try recruiting twice, and then I will do a plot because I have two guys available. So we're going to recruit twice in the U.S. And those both failed. Now we will do a plot. I don't think there's anybody with aid. Let's do most active cells and then also the highest resource. No, that's going to be Syria. So let's try to do... Let's do Syria. All right, where was I at? I had to take a step away for a minute. I think I failed on the 2 recruit rolls for the U.S. and then I was going to do a plot, and the plot was going to be in Syria, I believe. So let's do that. So that is need a 2. So that didn't happen either. Finally, I mean, these rolls were going terrible for me in the beginning of the game. And now they're going good for me. So, all right, what can I do in response? Shift alignment of 1 country, 1 box. I like that. That I'm holding on to for a plot. I don't like that. I'll probably throw that away. Shift alignment of 1 country, 1 box alignment. Ooh, what do we want to do? I'd like to do that in Somalia, but these reaction markers prevent me from doing anything. Saudi Arabia is the same way. Actually, so what will happen with Saudi Arabia is next turn they'll go here, and then they'll flip because of the reaction markers. All right, I'm going to play this. I don't know what the Mohammed Morsi supporters are, but it's probably a bad card. So I'm going to remove 1 cell each from a Sunni and a Shia mix. Well, there's only 2 cells. No, I can get out of the... Let me remove the one from Indonesia and Malaysia. And then the only one I can remove from I think that's a Shia mix. There's only 1 cell in a Shia mix country, and that's Syria. So I'll remove that one. Those will go to the funding track. -1 funding. And then let me mark and remove that. Blocks play of Mohammed Morsi supporters. All right, so that is done. I have 1 more card play. Really not much to do. Let's try to do a war of ideas in Iraq to shift it, because they're adversarial. They're good governance, but it's only going to cost me a 1-op card. So let's try that. I have a -1 to the die roll because my prestige is low. So that failed. The jihadis will do this. Switching jerseys. What are we doing? Play in a civil war country with both cells and militia. That cannot happen. So that is going to be funding tight. Funding is tight. We can recruit. We're going to recruit 2 cells. We can put them in Jordan. Oh, you know what? Hold on. Let me see. There's a cadre marker. Cadre marker. Somalia, by the looks of it. So what is that? That's a 2 dice roll, so 1 success. Oh, you're not active. There we go. All right, that was it for him. Well, that was another relatively easy turn. That's going to get thrown away. So I've got 2 plays. This won't happen. So I can try. War of Ideas is not going to work. Not going to work. Let's try War of Ideas in Syria with that. So, actually, you know what? I don't think that's going to work. Yeah, that's not going to work. Because it's going to be a minus 3. Yeah, I have no chance of success there. Let's try in Iraq again. It'll be a -1. Almost. If that had been a 5, I'd have at least been able to put an aid marker there. All right, let's do Trump trip. Shift alignment of 1 country, 1 box. Let's do that in Saudi Arabia. Let's do that in Saudi. Or it says set posture of 1 country to match U.S. So right now my GWAT relations is 2. So there's 2 more hard countries than soft countries. I think it's 6-4 or something like that. If I flipped one of these countries over, then it would go here, and that will give me an extra prestige. I think, you know what? I'm going to try that. So what'll happen is at the end of the turn, I will get +1 prestige. I won't lose any prestige, so because there's Islamist regime countries. So I'm going to try that. It's probably not going to work well, but I think I'm going to do that. So we will set posture. We'll set the posture of France. And then we will throw this away. And then that will end turn 17. We're looking at a pretty short, so we'll go ahead and do the end of turn stuff. So -1 funding. That goes to there. -1 prestige if countries at Islamist rule, yes. +1 if the GWAT. So I will basically, nothing will happen there. Reserves go to 0. Return plots. Oh man, there was almost an earthquake. I hit my camera. Sorry about that, guys. We'll do polarization attrition. That's a difference of 2, so we will add 1 more reaction marker. That's a difference of 3. So what we will do is we will shift towards adversary. Nothing happens, nothing happens, nothing. I think that's it. All right, so that's it for the polarization. Deal new cards. There's no lapsing events. Return off-map troops track. Nope. And there's no regime changes. So I'll deal new cards, and that's it. So that's it for turn 17, folks. Thanks for watching.